Alright, fellas. Time for another Thoughts video, this time on Strain. I gotta turn my music down. So, Strain is the first... Okay, it's advertised as a total conversion, but it's more of a partial conversion that I've played for the channel. Was made in 1997 by the... I think it's called the Alpha Dog Alliance? Or some shit like that. The music was done by Mark Clem and David Shaw, so already huge fan. It was I think some of the people from like the Memento Moris and Requiem worked on this, which in hindsight explains a lot. Really does explain a lot. Now, before I talk about Strain, I do want to say, this being a partial conversion, there's multiple new weapons and changes to old ones. And there's, like, I think it's nine new enemies, right? If you don't want to know what they are, if you don't want to know about anything, I encourage you to not watch this video. Because, you know, if you decide you want to play it, or if you're thinking about playing it, you'll get to experience it fresh. You'll get to get just as surprised as I was. I knew nothing going into this. So, it was made in 1997. It was apparently made on and off over the course of a year. I guess when the members were, like, super invested and interested in it. Which I think is a good idea, because if you work on it when you're interested, that, it's gonna be the best kind of content, right? It's gonna be your best... Your heart's gonna be into it, so you're gonna make it the best, right? So let me talk about the new weapons real quick, okay? So let's just start from Weapon 1, go all the way to Weapon 7. So, the fists have been changed. Instead of a fist, now it's fists. You punch with two of them, you basically just punch twice as fast. I already love Berserk as a combat tool, not so much as a, you know, speedrun tool. But it's twice the fun. It's twice the fun. That's really it. Pistol fires much faster, fun to use. The shotgun, which is now called the sawed-off shotgun, very fun. It's actually just called the sawed-off. Very, very fun. Fires faster as well. So, here's a tip to any WoD developers out there making custom weapons. If you want to make your custom weapon really fun and addictive, make it fire fast, no matter what it is. If it has a fast fire rate, and it's like, it doesn't even have to be powerful, just if it fires fast. Okay, if it fires fast and it's like a little powerful, like in this case the Berserk, it's gonna feel satisfying to use basically no matter what, right? If it fires fast and it's not meant to, like, example, the chain gun from Doom fires fast, but that's not a satisfying weapon to use, really. It doesn't have the weight the SSG does, you know? Speaking of, SSG, unchanged. Chain gun, unchanged. Rocket launcher, unchanged. The plasma gun has been replaced with the NFG. Okay, it looks like a toy gun that you'd see in, like, a Toys R Us somewhere. But it is on average, over twice as powerful as the plasma gun. And the plasma gun, I think the projectiles do, like, 5 to 40 damage per hit. The NFG, 12 to 96. That is, you will melt almost anything you attack, right? Now, cells have also been changed, right? You do not start... So, obviously, you don't start with cells. You don't start with bullets either, by the way. You start with no ammo. So you're just down to your fists immediately from the get-go. You gotta find weapons. But they're not cells in this WoD, actually. They are batteries. The HUD does not reflect that, but they are called batteries, and you can only hold 50 normally, but 100 with a backpack, the same as every non-bullet ammo. But also, the NFG is the only weapon that takes cells, batteries, whatever, because the BFG has been replaced with the Psychic Blaster. What is the Psychic Blaster? It looks like a giant slingshot, kind of. It looks really... I forgot what I described it as when I picked it up in Strain, but it looks really weird. Okay, it looks funky. But here's what it does, right? It fires partially invisible BFG balls with no tracers, but it deals 200 to 1600 points of damage on impact plus splash damage. However, firing it takes 3 rockets. It takes 3 rockets. So it's basically, instead of being a more powerful plasma gun, it is a more powerful rocket launcher. So that's it for the weapons, really. Let's talk about the enemies. So, I'm gonna read off the, here's the monsters. These custom monsters are good and bad, right? Let me explain why. The custom monsters are a very nice change of pace for what you'd normally be fighting, as opposed to like a normal vanilla Doom one. Here are the monsters that have been replaced: Arachnotrons, Pain Elementals, Revenants, Cyber Demons, Spider Masterminds, Mancubi, and Specters. Okay, let's go down the list here. Taking away Arachnotrons and Pain Elementals. Okay, you've already taken away like 2 of your most powerful enemies. Okay, maybe not Arachnotrons, but Pain Elementals especially. Mancubi actually, so 3. That's 3 of your most powerful enemies you've completely replaced. Okay. The boss monsters are completely different. There's basically no boss monsters. So hearing all of that on the surface sounds bad, but how does it compare? So let's go enemy to enemy. I'm looking at the wiki right now. So Arachnotrons have been replaced with Class 2 Imps. I've been calling them Scatter Imps because it fits very well. They are so creepy, I dislike them. But they do their job well, so good job. I don't like them, but good job. Really, no, like, honestly, like, it's meant to unsettle you, and it does it so well. I don't like it so much that it's actually, like, fantastic. They jitter around. They, like, walk really fast. Faster than Archviles, actually. I think, probably somewhere in that range of speed. Maybe not faster, but, like, in that range of speed. But they'll, like, jitter around. And then when they attack, they just plant. And they just throw fireballs at you like a turret. Other than that, they're just imps. Okay, so... no Arachnotrons. I would argue I'd rather have the Arachnotrons. As far as a gameplay balancing perspective goes. I didn't go over them, but demons are just red. They're called skinless demons. Apparently, losing your skin means you have more health. That does not make sense to me at all, but... the only change is, other than them being red, is that they can tank an SSG shot, which is actually pretty dangerous. You can actually get cornered pretty easily that way. So as far as that goes, good job. So, Pain Elementals are replaced by Holobots. These are funky little guys that, they just float around, and they fire Revenant missiles. Very slow Revenant missiles. The song right now is very apt as to what the Holobot is, because the Holobots are way less threatening than Pain Elementals. They're less annoying, still annoying, but they're less annoying and way less threatening. So what did they do? They replaced the Revenants with invisible Holobots. The exact same thing as a Holobot, just partially invisible. Hilariously, Holobots and invisible Holobots can infight. That is so funny to me. But their missiles are so slow. They're more of an annoyance than actually dangerous. Because trying to get the homing ones to bump into something takes so long, right? It's actually dangerous if you're, like, in a fight, because you're gonna, like, hide. You're trying to, like... against a normal Revenant, you're gonna be, like... you're gonna be in fast combat, hiding behind... if you need to get rid of missiles, you're gonna hide behind a wall for a second, because the missiles are gonna quickly catch up to you. In this, you can't do that, because you're gonna hide behind a corner, and you're gonna have to immediately move again. So you're gonna move out of the wall, or out of the way of whatever wall you're hiding behind, and the missile is just gonna follow you through it, right? Because you're not gonna be out of line of sight, so it's just gonna keep following you. You're not gonna be near a wall for it to bump into. It's more annoying than it sounds. It's more annoying than it sounds. You'll see. But other than that, like, the Holobots are, like, I like their wake-up sound. I like the sounds they make. But, like, they're really not that threatening. Doppelganger, I didn't go over this either, but Doppelgangers replace Lost Souls. The only difference is that I think they're, like, bigger. They fire they fire Imp Fireballs, just one. When they attack you, they'll fire one, and then charge at you. They can also melee you if you get in range. They can, like, Imp Scratch you. I've been calling them 3D Lost Souls because they're, like, red and blue. These are my favorite. Oh my god, these are my favorite. So Cyber Demons, if you're gonna replace the Cyber Demon, you gotta make it good, right? You gotta make it something, like, really stand out. Cyber Demons have been replaced by baby Cyber Demons, known as Ministers of Hate. They're just baby Cyber Demons, that's it. They make the cutest little aggro noise. You can hear their little footsteps. And they fire one rocket that I think flies faster than, like, normal rockets. They also have, like, a tenth of the health that Cyber Demons normally have. Like, they're weak. They're pretty weak as far as health goes. It's still very much a rocket, though, so it can still get you. But, like, yeah. They don't really throw too many of them at you, either. Like, I was expecting, like, an entire, like, room of just baby Cyber Demons by the end. But no, not really anything. Yeah, I mean, that's baby Cyber Demons. I'd have rather just the regular Cyber Demon, but baby Cyber Demons, pretty funny. So Spider Masterminds are replaced by Polydrones, which are basically flying spawn cubes that just attack with, like, the Spider Mastermind's chain gun. Now, interestingly, when you kill them, they explode like a barrel, and then walking near them, because they leave, like, fiery wreckage behind. Walking near it will damage you. Which is something I actually think is pretty interesting. I think it's a pretty interesting design. It won't really get in the way too much, but, usually, I've literally been burned by it before. That I've, like, killed one in the way of somewhere that I needed to go, so I had to just go through and take the damage. It's happened multiple times, actually. We're gonna get to that one last. So, no, actually, you know what? No. We're gonna do this one last. Because there's one enemy I'm actually not gonna talk about. I'll leave that as a surprise for anybody that's gonna play Strain. So, Mancubi are replaced by Demon Lords. These are white Barons of Hell, or white Hell Knights, either or. This is basically your new boss enemy, except they're actually dangerous. They will attack and throw five fireballs at you. 5, like, Baron of Hell projectiles. In, like, an arc, right? But it's the same. It's not a consistent arc, though, because... Well, it is a consistent arc, but it's not, like, a smooth one, right? Because there's always, like, an opening on your left, and then, like, a huge cluster on the right. You'll see. You'll see if you play it. Yeah. So, there's a... I don't know if this is, like, a bug. The wiki says it's broken, but... Their attack animation is way faster than it's apparently supposed to be. I don't know if it's intentional that it's, like, broken up like that, because it's like he will lean his arm back to like, you're ready to throw a fireball, and then just quickly swing down and just 5 fireballs will throw out. So he'll quickly be out of his attack state. And there's, like, I would love to see this on Nightmare, what a Demon Lord looks like, just rapid fire throwing projectiles at you. It's gotta be, like, ridiculous. Because he can literally attack you twice in the same half second. Like, it's ridiculous. And they're all, like, Baron of Hell projectiles. They all hurt the same amount. Anywhere from, I think, like 8 to 64 or something like that. Like, they hurt. They really hurt. I don't know how much health they have. But they take, like, 7 or 8 SSG shots, so maybe, like, 1,500 health, if I had to guess. But they can infight with Barons and Hell Knights, which is pretty nice. There's an unused enemy that replaces the SS. It's called apparently the Decompression Demon. And it was supposed to, I guess, just, if you remember, if you watch the playthrough, in one map, I don't remember which one it was, I walked outside to grab a computer area map or something. And I just started randomly taking damage, and I didn't know why. and because it was like hurt floor. It was like a damaging floor, but it didn't make sense. And I pieced it together that it's because I was out in space, which makes sense. But here's the point of the decompression demon. It was apparently it's invisible, small, and apparently moves lightning quick, and is meant to just kill you even in God mode. And apparently they made that so that it was supposed to be like, hey, you walked out in space. You can't do that. You die. Which on one hand I get. It remained unused for whatever reason. Which I think was a good thing, because imagine you walk out, you step out, 1 foot out into space, and you get, like, auto-jibbed and you don't even know why, right? Like, that's kind of bullshit. I'm glad they did not use it. The damaging floor, I think, is more the way to go if you want to achieve that effect. But also, Doomguy has a helmet. That doesn't make any sense. And, okay, one, he has a helmet, right? Obviously, it doesn't make any sense that you're going to die from space because you have a helmet. Number two, if you want to refute the fact that helmet doesn't mean oxygen, it's a fucking video game. Who cares, right? Let me go out in space. I'm a space marine. I have a helmet. Who cares? It doesn't matter. You might have noticed that... How far are we in this video? 16 minutes, right? 16 and a half minutes into this video. I haven't talked about the maps yet. This is a different video. Because of the new enemies and stuff. But also, there's not a lot to talk about with the maps. Normally, I would go, like, episode to episode and talk about what each episode tries to do. There's really nothing to discuss, honestly. The maps are... Here, you know what? Actually, here. Let's skip to this. Let's skip to this bit. Let's go over my... Oh, shit. Hold on. I forgot I changed my, my page. Okay. Let's talk about my Hall of Fame. Alright. My best map, what I believe, in Strain, is map 12, the Power Station. And I'll be honest, this is because the only reason the Power Station's here is because I feel like I had to put something there. I really don't know if I even have, like, a map I'd come back to in Strain. Power Station was... Okay, well, let me not entirely shit on this map. On this WOD, right? Power Station, it feels like an Underhalls reskin. Set, like, in a cave system. Ammo is so tight that if you want to UV max it, you have to resort to berserkless punching. Now, why did I put this as my favorite map? Also, why is the ammo so tight? Well, so there's like 45 rockets in this map or something and no rocket launcher. That's why ammo's tight. It pulls a TNT map 29. But I guess the fact that it's an ammo test, I kind of like that. Because there's two types of Doom maps, right? There's ones that just give you ammo with reckless abandon and just let you go kill. And then there's others that really test you. And this is the latter. It gives you... Well, I think it's because they forgot to fucking put a rocket launcher in, so that's probably why. Or it's probably there, but it's on a lower skill level. But in this case, you are given an extreme test with the amount of ammo that you have. You have enough to beat the map. You absolutely have enough. If you want to get all the kills, though, you really gotta try. And I don't think I got all... I think I missed, like, 1 kill or something. But, I highly recommend watching my playthrough of this map, actually. It's really funny. It is really funny what I had to do to get 100% kills. That is not clickbait. The Hall of Game for Strain. We have map 3, Downtown. The only reason this is here is because this is the first appearance of the Scatter Imp. And it spooked me as much as it'll spook anybody else, I think. That's all we need to say about it. Next, we have map 17, Promenade. The reason this got a Hall of Game is because I like the big hallway. There's this hallway you gotta go down. And it's like a long fucking hallway. And you'll go down it a little bit, and then the wall in front of you will shut. and then, like, the floor will lower or something, or the walls will lower or whatever, reveal some enemies, some little, like, combat puzzle you gotta do, solve it, you open the door that shut on you the first time, and you go through, you continue a little bit, and then it happens again. And then again and again and again. And I actually really like that bit. I like that little bit of progression. You never knew what it was going to throw at you. I actually really like that. In fact, that should probably be my Hall of Fame. I'm changing that right now. Changing that real quick. Set this to... What color is this? 4th row. That one. Map 12. Power Station. I think that map was called. Alright. Mid-video change. There you go. This is the new Hall of Fame. Whoops. That is the new Hall of Game. And that's it. That's it. That's all I got. These are the maps I even reasonably enjoyed in Strain. There's really not a lot of substance there, honestly. Like, I'll say. If it wasn't... Here, actually, wait. Before I say that, let's go over the Hall of Shame from Strain. We have map 28, Unknown. It's unknown why I dislike this map. Now, Unknown is, I think, meant to be creepy or unsettling or, like, whatever. Or it's meant to be, like, very avant-garde with its style, I feel like. Now, my only complaint, of which there are many, is this map did not make any sense to me. I think it tried too hard to stand out with, like, the weird, like, cave system in the beginning, the weird, like, staircasey caves, the absolutely overwhelming start that was not fun at all, it was just aggravating. And then, like, I don't even really remember what happened after that. Memorable, yes. Fun, no. I don't like this map. Now, Strain from me, in my opinion, and I think this opinion of those who have played it, will be very much in line. Strain, I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. That's entirely carried by the gameplay changes. If it was not for the gameplay changes, this WOD would probably be a 4. This WOD would probably be a 4. I bitched about Requiem, but, like, at least this had fun weapons. I rate it higher than Requiem, but the maps are less interesting than Requiem's. Like, Downtown got placed because of the Scatter Imps, and Power Station got replaced because of the ammo starvation. Right? Which isn't even intentional. So if you put the rocket launcher in map 12 and have, you know, map 3 vanilla, it's a 4. It's an absolute 4. The maps are so uninteresting, I cannot stress it enough. The gameplay changes are really fun. They're a nice change of pace. And ultimately, I think that's what they were going for. I think they were trying to make... They were toying around with the gameplay changes, and they wanted that to be the forefront, with just maps for you to play around with them in. I don't think the maps were meant to be the main focus. I think it was meant to be just the gameplay. So that's why I'm going to say that this is a 6.5 out of 10. Because honestly, I was debating giving it a 5.5, but I think that felt too low. Which would, on my tier list, that would correspond to an F. But F just felt way too low. F felt too low, but C felt too high. So 6.5, right in the middle. Well, that's my thoughts on Strain, really. Not really a whole lot to say other than that. Next WOD, more death. Really excited to see what's happening there. Really excited to see what's going to happen when the full WOD comes out, like 2050. Peace, boys.